Welcome to the Before the Echo podcast. We're either going to be talking about God or deer hunting. I hope you enjoy it. If you guys are in the market for some new camo, maybe you're worried about just sweating too much in the early season here at the velvet hunt, go over to ASIO gear and get you some of their early season stuff. Right now is a good time to get this stuff ordered. You don't got much time before we start climbing trees and deer hunting, and I absolutely love the ASIO camo pattern for setting up in a tree. And they also make just good quality gear that's going to last with a lifetime warranty if it doesn't. So you don't really have much to worry about. And if you go over to their website and use the code ECHO15 at checkout, you save another 15% off everything on their website. So visit ASIOgear.com, get you some new hunting camo. Man, I have something pretty cool to share with you guys. I'm going on a couple rifle hunts this year, and I just got a new scope that I'm super impressed with, and it's a new scope from Hawke Optics. It's their new Endurance 30 rifle scope lineup, and it's just built for serious hunters that need a good scope that is still an affordable option. It offers like crystal clear glass. I'm real impressed with it. Has a super wide field of view, so target acquisition is really easy, and it just seems real rugged. It has 3 levels of fiber optic illumination, which is motion activated. So you're not running a battery out all the time, but is actually motion activated. Whenever the rifle is moving, it will turn on. When it's laying in your gun safe, it's turned off. This is real durable 30 millimeter tube. It's built for performance whenever you need it to count the most. So if you guys are in the market for a new rifle scope, go over to hawkeoptics.com and use the code BTE, and that'll save you 15% on their website. You can also go to any of their dealers that they have. They're all over the country. It's a good product at an affordable price with a great warranty. hawkeoptics.com. Look, guys, broadheads are important, and I have just fallen in love with these Razor broadheads that I've been using the last few years. If you're a fixed blade kind of guy, I don't think you can go wrong with the Razor head. They just came out with a new 150 grain wide cut double bevel head that's just going to be an awesome shooter. I've been tuning them out here out of my compound bow. Didn't really take much effort to tune them at all. They flew great. That vented head just flies like a dart. So if you guys are in the market for a new broadhead, look into Razor broadheads. They got single bevel heads up to from 125 up to 300 grains, and then they have the new wide cut 150 grain double bevel. Visit razorbroadheads.com, use code BTE, and you save 20% off. All right, one more, guys. Listen, things are shaking right now in the hunting world. Lots of new stuff coming out before season, lots of good stuff, and what do you know, Latitude Outdoors came out with the Method 3 saddle. You know, I didn't really think I would like the thing, to be honest with you. They sent me one, and I'm like, man, you can't beat that Lone Star saddle. I like that thing a lot. It did it, man. It's more comfortable, I think, than the Lone Star if you want a 2-panel saddle. And it's just, it's not like any other 2-panel saddle on the market. It's so easy to use. Sometimes some 2-panel saddles can be a little bit confusing, get all tangled up. Not this thing. It's perfect. So if you guys need a new saddle, I'd go look over there at the new Method. They also have more affordable options for you in the Maverick. And if you're a single panel saddle guy, the Lone Star's unbelievable. It's what I used last year. They also have a new platform coming out, the Profile XL. That thing is in the mail right now as we speak, so I'll let you know if I like that. But if you go to latitudeoutdoors.com and code BTE, it'll save you 15% off of anything on their website that isn't on sale. If you need any more gear, make sure you use these promo codes to save you a little bit of money. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another show. We're sitting at Patrick's house, and we got a little interrupter we'll have every now and again. This is Boogie.
Boogie
Woogie, our new Feist squirrel dog.
Yeah, we took him out today. He didn't do so good.
Yeah, we only killed 4 or 5 with him. Now we're down at Patrick's house velvet hunting.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually has been it was kind of slow.
This morning was really slow.
Yeah, and
we left.
Yesterday evening was fairly slow too. I mean,
yeah, it was kind of slow. We saw a few deer.
Just no I mean, we saw a little spike with a doe, but that's the only buck we saw, and then 2 other does.
Yeah, got some pretty good ones that we're trying to get after.
Yeah.
I've been getting pictures of pretty regularly, and I think we saw them this morning.
Yeah, we were leaving, and we decided, Patrick said, I'm going to go look at this one spot real quick. And we got up there, and it's a giant bean field. Like, you can't see it with the eye from the back of it. You can't see anything from the back
it's
of
long.
it. But then we put the binoculars up, we as in Patrick, and he's like, I think there's a bachelor group of bucks back there.
Yep.
And there was. There's 2, like, good ones.
Yeah, there's 2 big ones, but they all were good rack bucks.
Yeah. There's 5 of them.
Possibly, I'd say 3 of them were really
Nice
nice deers to shoot, and then the other was
like
just looked like a regular buck. I don't know. I couldn't really tell much on that.
Probably quarter mile down through there, half mile. It's hard telling.
I could tell you on my Onyx if I had it on me, but probably, yeah.
What can we talk about your Onyx experience now?
Yeah. So
now that you know you're not getting arrested or anything.
Yeah, no crap. The police officer gets arrested. So,
this is an example of why you have to still be careful using some of these apps.
Yeah.
This is the one that was Onyx that Patrick was using. Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of good and kind of bad, but when I started a new job in, let me see, January is going back into police work again. So I drive around this time of year. It's pretty slow where I work. It's kind of a small town. So I drive around right now trying to find bucks, and I shouldn't be. I guess I should be trying to find crime, but there's none. So after I do my ticket and all that stuff.
While you're doing your loops and stuff.
While I'm doing my loops, that happen to be in areas where a lot of deer are, I try to find some big bucks, and then I try to get permission to hunt on some of these properties close by. And I've been watching this really, really big deer for probably the past 3 months, and he's blown up into a giant, probably mid 160s deer, really nice buck. And I got permission to hunt the farm, 2 places last Friday. Or no, what day was it? Thursday, I got permission to hunt 2 places. And so I was pretty jacked about that. So I went over to one of them, and I drove by and I saw some tire tracks going in. And I was like, who's been in this place, right? Nobody's supposed to be over here. So I drive around and I walk up this road trying to checking it out, and I'm stretching my legs. There's like an old paved road that was closed off, so I was able to walk up and down it. It was shady, and I could walk up and down it and look for like deer sign while I was doing it. And was walking back, and I saw a deer trail, and I was kind of like, I wonder where this guy's walked about 50 yards and found a camera over some victuals and corn. And anyway, so I called the landowner, and she said, no, there shouldn't be a camera in there. Nobody's hunting there. Let me call my brother. She called me back. She's like, no camera. So I was like, all right, great. So she said, take the camera. So I took the camera. Well, come to find out, I know the guy whose camera it was, and he's friends of a friend of mine. So I called him, and I said, hey, man, I think I found your camera. I don't want to get you in any trouble. I know you're sure you've probably been hunting over there, because it's kind of like his property, I was thinking, butts up right next to it. And I was like, look, man, I don't care if you've been hunting over there, but I'm going to be hunting over there, and I got your camera. I want to give it back to you. I'm not worried about getting you in trouble. And he's like, well, I own that. And I'm like, you sure? He said, yeah, is it that little piece here and there? We went over it, and he's like, well, I own that. I was like, well, it doesn't say you own it. It says this lady owns it. He says, no, I bought that 12 years ago. I've been paying on it for the last 12 years. He goes, I better own it. He goes, I'm going to have to call my attorney and find out what's going on. And I said, dude, I don't know. I said, it looks like she owns it. Let me look at Spartan Forge, because the Onyx showed that owner, and Spartan Forge seems to be a little bit more up to date and more. It's a better app, honestly. So I went on Spartan Forge, and I was like, son of a gun, you do own this property. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, man.
So I'm sitting here thinking, like, while I was riding through my loops, not only did I, as a police officer, did I commit theft of property, I also trespassed on this guy's land, which I didn't really trespass, because come to find out, it's in a trust, and she still does own a piece of it.
Okay.
But there's a bunch of them that own it. So it was kind of a confusing ordeal. So she owns it on Onyx. He owns it on Spartan Forge. when you look at who the owner is, but they both own the property. So I was like,
did she used to own it all then or something?
no, she still owns it.
Oh, okay.
They're partners in it. There's like 6 of them in it.
But that guy leases it.
That guy either leases it or he bought a small portion of it.
Yeah.
And there's like 6 cousins and family members that own that little parcel, and it's in a area in the city, so it's a pretty valuable little 30-acre parcel. And there's some nice deer over there on it. I was really hopeful I'd get it, but neither here nor there. Moral of the story is get permission, be honest, and maybe wait before you start taking people's cameras. Maybe not. I left him a note too and said, hey, give me a call if you want your camera back, because I was thinking I had somebody poaching over there. And I called the landowner. I made sure she said, go ahead, get the camera, before I grabbed it off the tree. So anyway, he's super cool. I actually probably made a new friend. Yeah. And, hey, you never know. Maybe in the future he and I can share some hunts together or whatever. I told him, I said, well, I'll be watching your buck and letting you know what I see him doing and help you try to kill him. And, he was like, that's awesome, man. He says, well, if I kill it, you'll be the first person I call. So, it all worked out. Yeah. But just be careful with your apps.
It sounds like the lady just wasn't in the know about what was going on that property either. Like she didn't realize that, even though her name's on it.
Right.
She didn't realize what was going on with it.
She didn't realize that she owned it, but that there were multiple owners and it was leased or whatever. So either here nor there, everybody was legally right to do what they did. But, he could have been a real butthole about it. He wasn't. He was super cool. It helps that we had a friend that was mutual. And, like I said, I probably made a new friend. So it's all good. But, that was definitely don't trust those apps. They can give you good information as far as landowner information, so you can try to get permission. But, I'm sure
check with things.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all probably leave in the comments where you've done that and you found stuff too that be kind of different.
This wasn't in Kansas. Me and Dave ran into the same issue. It wasn't necessarily the app's fault, but we had this guy whose last name, we'll just say his last name was Johns. It wasn't, but he was like, he told Dave, he's like, any place you see Johns, you can hunt. Mm-hmm. And we're like, okay, awesome. So we got on our Onyx and stuff, and we're mapping it out, all these places, and it was his, like, let's say his name was Bob Johns. He's like, any place you say Bob Johns, you can hunt. I'm like, all right, well, there was like Bob Johns Trust, Bob Johns, and, Gary Killemeyer. There was like a bunch of Bob Johns.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut. But there was a bunch of these Bob Johns properties. And so we were like, we went and met him, and we were like, okay, any place you can hunt. Or any place that says Bob Johns, you can hunt. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, kill them all. He's one of those guys. Mm-hmm. And
we can only kill one, so we're not going to do that.
We get to looking at these places, and there's one place that I'm like, it was posted real heavily, and it was like a property that was kind of too good to be true property.
Oh yeah, yeah, when they are.
And I told Dave, I said, dude, I got a bad feeling about this. Like, we're not supposed to be on this property. And Dave was like, oh, he said that. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, why is this one just posted to all high heavens and the rest of them haven't been? Mm-hmm. And it was like a 500-acre piece, just beautiful whitetail habitat. And I'm like, let's not go into this one. I don't think we're supposed to be here. And
always listen to Josh.
I have some pretty good instincts with things usually, but so we're bouncing around. We get to another spot, and it's kind of the same feeling, like it's posted. And I'm like, dude, let's go talk to this guy again. Mm-hmm. We went back and we talked to him, and he's like, oh yeah, my cousins leased that. And like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then there was another one where we actually went into because it wasn't marked or anything, and it had his name. He's like, well, the neighbor hunts there, and it's like, dang it, man. He's like, so not everything that is, like,
yeah,
he's like, everything. Oh, you can hunt this one and that one. I'm like, well, man, it'd been nice for you to say that before we just spent the whole day, driving around.
And stay off Mr. Joey Chestnut's place. we were being silly, and we started laughing.
We were talking about like how weird it is to watch someone eat 40 or 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Like, how do you get into that? Like, how do you go, you know what? I'm going to give this hot dog eating contest a try, and I'm going to see what I can do. I think I can really do some damage on the hot dog eating circuit. And then you go to, like, Minnetonka, Minnesota to a hot dog eating contest and win you $5,000 or whatever for first place or whatever they make. And then you get to the regionals for the regional hot dog eater.
Gives you an Oscar Mayer sponsorship.
Yeah, sponsored by Oscar Mayer,
Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread, and Dasani water.
Oh, dude, that's where I get hung up. Is the
soggy hot dog bun.
The dip in the buns and the water.
I just don't understand. That's one sport, I guess, that I'm like, how do you get into it? Then how do you train for it?
Yeah.
And then when you get that good at the elite level of hot dog eating, like the sponsorship, like what sponsorships do you get? Like how much money's in it? Like what's Joey Chestnut's net worth?
Dude, there has to be like 3 people.
Like what does Joey Chestnut drive? Like I want to know. Like
all right,
does he have a shoe deal?
Oh yeah.
Does he? You know, is he sponsored by? I mean,
gosh.
you know, Toyota. You know, does he look like a NASCAR when he goes up there and eats his hot dogs? What's his net worth?
Okay,
I want to know
here we
what
go.
Joey Chestnut's net worth.
He's worth around $4 million.
Not bad for eating hot dogs.
No, but I bet him and maybe 4 other people make money doing that.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine if you're just one of the people that's like, yeah, I just got started. I came in 17th in the hot dog eating contest.
That's one of those things.
I came in 21st last one, and the same guy. I beat two guys that beat me, so I'm doing pretty good this year.
I just hope when them aliens come here in November that's what they see when they come, like,
and they go
pull
home.
up to
they're like
Mishawaka, Wisconsin, and someone are you know,
Red Bird, Indiana, or you know,
and people are just engulfing hot dogs.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. This is what they do on Earth.
Man.
What is that made of? Nobody knows. Okay, we're going back to where we're from. Yeah, Joey Chestnut.
Yeah, man. And I was saying, like, I can get past like some of the other eating competitions, like pie eating and stuff, you know.
I guess I don't know,
but like the hot dog thing, that's weird, man.
It's just real weird.
Because pies are real good, you know. And like one hot dog, 2 hot dogs are good.
Yeah, how do you fit that many hot dogs in your stomach?
Oh, dude, I can't even.
And you know, and the color of the hot dog, like
those
when
things
you bite into
those hot dogs. I mean, and I guarantee they're not making like, you know, real good quality hot dogs.
No, they're probably. I mean, for those, I don't know. And are they the jumbo hot dogs? Are they the small hot dogs?
Yeah.
Like, is there do they weigh and measure the hot dog so everybody's got the same size hot dog that they're eating?
Yeah.
Like, you know, is it like, what was it?
I imagine
Inflategate? You know, when they said Brady cheated by overinflating the ball? Do they eat too small of hot dogs? Do they hollow them out to cheat? Like, what do they do?
No, I bet it's just standard. I bet they go to the Kroger beforehand and buy a bunch of them, you know.
No, they probably get them sponsored. They probably get them free.
I know.
You know, they get them free from like Oscar Mayer probably puts them on. And bunny bread or whatever bread they got. I don't understand. Anyway, that has nothing to do with deer hunting at any point. But we were talking about it earlier, and we just thought y'all might enjoy the comedy out of it.
Oh, it was way funnier the first. We were crying, laughing.
Oh yeah, I was definitely. It was one of those like belly laughs that you're at tears because it's so ridiculous. But
we were just talking because Patrick wants to quit deer hunting, so we were talking about maybe he can take up watching it.
I was like, you know what? After the year I've had with catching poachers and having to deal with them, and then then being a poacher, basically, all while on duty, like so all this stuff happening, like I'm like, you know what? Maybe I just need to try something else. Maybe I'll just try getting in the hot dog eating circuit.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll just find an interest in hot dog eating and start traveling around the country watching hot dog eating contests so that, you know, that'll be my new thing.
Yeah.
I'll just...
like a roadie for these guys.
Yeah. Hey, what do you do? Oh, I just prep all of Joey Chestnut's waters.
We can start a YouTube channel about competitive eating.
Yeah. Have the hot dog podcast. Yeah. That would be...
call in and ask Joey Chestnut how he's been prepping for...
Yeah. Today we've got Mario Suzuki from Japan. He is the number 3 guy. I don't know if that's really a guy, but there's going to be an Asian in there somewhere that can eat a lot of hot dogs. I know that's going to be fact, you know. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Can they eat, if they're Jewish, do they eat kosher hot dogs? You know, if Muslims can't do the hot dog because there's some pork in there, and they cannot do that.
Yeah.
So they can't eat the hot dogs, you know.
No, just a bunch of white Christians.
It's just a bunch of white Christian Midwestern super ultra white guys.
Yeah. That are in surprisingly better shape than you think they'd be in.
Yeah, they can probably run marathons eating 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Dude, I'd throw up just doing nothing eating that many hot dogs.
I can eat like 2 at a meal and feel totally satisfied.
Yeah.
Or a couple of corn dogs are good. Like, corn dogs are really underrated food. Like, they're really good.
Oh,
They're
man,
terrible for you. They make you feel like crap, but man, they taste so good.
The taste of them are good, yeah.
But man, can you imagine eating 75 hot dogs and buns and drinking Dasani waters or whatever they're drinking?
Oh, dude, no, I can't at all.
So if I quit deer hunting, I think we'll just start squirrel hunting.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, buddy?
Deer hunt, or because I've had these like recent years. Never that I'm going to quit, but like just the fact like I need to like think about what's important in life and like what I'm getting out of deer hunting a lot.
Yeah.
And try not to waste so much time doing it is what I've been trying to like narrow down a little bit. Like what's important, what am I actually benefiting from, and let's just do that.
Yeah.
And forget about all the noise around it.
Well, I've gone through phases in my deer hunting where, I was relearning how to hunt like properly. Like not the way my dad taught me, which was how to kill deer.
Yeah.
But like how to hunt big deer, and then how to hunt mature deer, and target certain deer, and that's pretty hard to do. But that's what I've been kind of doing for the last 5 years, and I've gotten a couple of opportunities. I've killed 2. I started kind of doing that more in like 2020.
Yeah.
And I'd done it before, but not like I was just like, I want to kill this deer, and I'd go out and I would hunt him, and then I would finally lay eyes on killing. But I had a very good spot that was, seek one style, in the city. And those deer are a lot different than shooting one out in the wild. And then I finally said, all right, I'm going to up my game. I'm going to go start shooting for, 125 or better deer on either public land or a club where there's pressure and they can go anywhere. They're not constricted to these little areas because of neighborhoods or developments. And then, because I got tired of doing that, and then, doing that, I've killed a couple that I targeted. And then I've been in a slump for the last 5 years. 2020 is the last 2 bucks I killed. But I also changed my hunting method over to mobile hunting, saddle hunting, and really paying attention to what I was doing in and out of the woods more than just kind of going to these same areas, hunting different spots. So it took a couple of years for me to do that. And in the last, I'd say 2 years, I've had way more opportunities, but I only hunt with a bow. So I'm just not there yet where I'm like these other guys that are really, really super successful. Last year, I had 2 opportunities at 2 big mature bucks, and one of them got my ground scent. It's always something. And the year before, I had opportunity at 2 bucks that I was targeting. But it was just always these little things like, there was vines in the way. My setup was bad for where the deer came from, and I'd never been in there, so I just didn't read it right off the first bat, right? And then this last time, ground scent, the way I had to come in, the way I came around a blowdown, he came up and he got my ground scent, and that was a giant deer. That was the day you killed yours up here in Tennessee last year. So, like that's my evolution. So now I'm getting to a point where I'm like, man, I don't know. I just don't want to spend as much time. I think I'd get more bang for my buck if I stayed more excited about short 6-day, 7-day hunting trips and did a couple of those a year and then maybe hunted the rut here in Tennessee, unless I feel like there's a really good chance I can kill some, not run all these cameras and crap, and just kind of get back trying to have fun. Still targeting big bucks because I'm just not happy. Just smaller. Nothing against people that if it trips your trigger, it trips your trigger. But for me, I like shooting bigger deer, older deer. So, like, just kind of like, I don't know, that kind of is where I'm kind of thinking, and like cutting back and not making it such a focus in the fall and late summer.
The biggest problem with like loving killing big deer and like lusting over them almost is that you start to hate certain things about hunting. Yeah. Like you hate people. Yeah, exactly.
That make it harder.
That's the biggest thing. Like,
pressure.
You kind of hate other hunters sometimes. Like
pressure and what they do.
Yeah. Or you hate that your cameras aren't working, or you hate that,
you're trying to use so many cameras.
And then you start to like despise those things. Like, gosh darn, now I got to go buy more batteries.
Or I got to get more cameras, or I just spent $300 last month on my cameras, and this is stupid.
You give yourself so many things to be frustrated about, and then all of a sudden, it's like, well, I was telling you, like probably the top 3 deer hunters that I know that are like my friends would be like, Dan Infalt, Johnny Stewart, and then Andy May, and like none of them use cell cameras really.
Yeah.
And it's like that's where I am with the cell cameras. I'm like, I think this is hindering more than it's hurting me, whether mentally of just like on your phone looking at them or like hunting off of them or basing it. Like it's nice to know like, oh, like this morning your cameras, we looked at them and like, oh yeah, the deer just weren't moving good this morning kind of thing.
But then we go down that field and there's 4 giant, not giant, but nice, big mature bucks that were moving when we left. So we got out of the stand at 8:10 because we figured, it's velvet. You don't really have a lot of time in the morning because it starts heating up and the deer start shifting and they get to where they're going to bed and they kind of hang in there. So we're like, all right, we'll just get down at we're going to get down at 8:30. But it was like 8:10. We hadn't seen anything but a coyote, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go.
It got light at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6. So we were there for
a couple hours.
We were there for 2 hours, and we're like, all right, let's go. So we got side by side, or we walked back around to where we get to side by side. Then we drove it up, and we went behind this house where we hunt, and there's a long field, and then we glassed it. I was like, we just got to glass this. I just got to know if there's anything in it. I even said, I doubt there's anything in it because it was covered in sun.
Yeah.
And in the shade at the far end where the sun hadn't hit,
there they were.
Up against the trees, there was 4 good bucks. And I was like,
5.
Dude,
5
4 or 5, yeah. And I was like, dude, I think there's some bucks down there because I couldn't see them good because they were way off, and 10-power binoculars just weren't doing it. So I was like, here, look, Josh. And Josh looked through them, and he's like, oh, yeah, those, one of them's really nice. I was like, really? I said, I thought one looked like it had a lot on its head.
Yeah. And then we made a move down closer.
Yeah, then we got a little closer, probably, 100 yards?
Yeah,
100-ish.
At least, yeah.
And we got 100, 150 yards closer, got in the shade, walked up the hill, boom, we see them again, and we watched where they went in. So we feel like we got a pretty good plan for this evening,
We've been consulting with Andy May and John, your buddy, making plans for this thing. So
Andy May, let me tell you, that dude, I haven't ever met him. I've seen him on the podcast, and I hear Josh talk about him all the time. Man, and this thing, he's really cool because he gave some good advice on it. But man, he's like Rain Man with these deer, dude. Like he is like thinking. You can see that brain computing. He's like Elon Musk of deer hunting. Like you see that brain computing, and the stuff that he was saying, I would have never thought of. Like, I just wouldn't have thought of it the way that he was saying it, and I don't know. It shows you can always learn something.
From where we were sitting when we saw those bucks to where they were at, it's 0.69 miles.
That's a long way.
That's a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that's a long way.
I know, man.
So that's almost that mile is over a half mile. That field's over a half mile long.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, right there. We were sitting right there.
So that field is 0.7 of a mile.
Yeah. Close.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. From this point to there, it's 0.7 of a mile.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, pretty far. And then how much closer did we get? So from there to there, we were about 200 yards closer.
Yeah, so
it's still it's still
half a mile. So there's still half a mile from those deer.
Man,
I didn't know it was that far.
I know, man. I didn't bring a spotter. I wish I had brought a spotter because then we could have got. I think I got a little bit of video of them on my big camera when we got a little closer, but it's going to be way zoomed out.
Yeah, if you see it, you'll have to look at it on TV. You probably won't be able to see it on the camera and the viewfinder. Because I was trying to get it, and I was like,
I could see it. One time I saw their tail flicker, and that's all I could see on the viewfinder. So they're definitely on there.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, the one had a substantially bigger rack than the rest of them.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if I know him.
He's just a big frame deer. He's big old.
Yeah. There's a big 8. Well, he's a 6. He's got 4. He's got 3 up top, no brow tines. And he's really wide, and he's old. He's at least a 4-year-old because he's big right now. His neck's even big right now for this time of year. So we got him, and then there's 2 other really nice, like 120, 125-ish, really pretty 8 points in there that wouldn't mind getting. So I'm pretty excited. I think we have some good luck tonight. I hope we do. Maybe the Lord bless us with well, he did bless us with a little cooler temperatures this afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
And a nice north wind at 8 miles an hour.
Yeah, which is coincidentally what Andy told us we need about 8 miles an hour.
Andy said we need about 6. He said 8 miles an hour, 236 yards, 236 feet, 236 feet. Like Rain Man, 236 feet, 1,200, 300, 1,242 yards, 1,242, 36 feet.
Yeah, it's hopefully we it should work out. We got a good plan. The problem is right now with this early season, setting these field edges, dude, it's so thick on the field edge. It's so hard to shoot into a field from a tree.
Yeah.
But we do have a little pole saw we're going to bring with us.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get in there quiet and cut some limbs and get close enough to where we don't push it and push them out of there.
We need to pay attention to our Onyx to see how far we know exactly where they went in. We sit there and watched them the rest of the morning until they left the field.
And I think they went a little further back in. They're probably not on the edge. They're probably up in there.
Yeah.
And probably up in that thicker stuff back in there.
But
maybe.
we really have no idea. I mean, they could do whatever they want, you know.
Yeah, they're not real pressured right now, so they might just, they'll just lay in the middle of beans.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty thick and nasty right in here. But like you said, they may have went back in here somewhere, which isn't very far. I mean, that's not far at all.
Yeah, I'd say if we can get a couple hundred yards from that corner.
Yeah.
I'd almost like where we were talking about hunting off the ground that time, but only worry is if they come further out.
Northeast wind would be horrible for that.
If they get that, it wouldn't be horrible. It would be cutting a knife's edge.
Yeah, but I'd be worried that the east would get in too much.
I think we need to be elevated anyway because you're going to have to shoot down because you don't want to shoot through the beans.
Yeah, the beans are tall and thick. I mean, you can barely see the deer out in them.
Yeah.
So they went in right in here somewhere. How far down? It's like right here. Because I like this little drainage thing. I think they stay in that.
That lower area? Yeah, I was thinking they'll come out in that because it's low.
Yeah, you can see
right there.
Because that's 100 yards right there. I think that would be a good goal.
To stay at the tip of that drainage?
Yes.
Like right here.
Yeah.
Like on the downside. How far is that from that corner? 100 yards.
Which is plenty. That's a long way, really. 100 yards is a long way.
Yeah.
You know, if they're back in here, we'll be good because we're 200 yards from them. We don't want to be much farther than that away from them.
I just hope we can find a tree.
Yeah, that'll be it. That'll probably be the deciding factors if we can find a tree or not.
Yeah.
But, dude, something else that we saw last evening, we saw a doe and a little spike, and they ended up coming in to 20 yards, closer than that in the end. But, like, dude, a doe got our ground scent walking in and absolutely flipped out of her skin. I mean, it was like hitting a switch on her. Like
we didn't wear rubber boots. We just wore hiking boots because it's hot. And, I mean, I might wear my Crocs tonight. No, I'm not going to do that.
I wouldn't do that either.
Go barefoot. Chiggers. But, that was the one thing. And then another thing, too, like, to kind of pay it, what was crazy that I watched is, you know, when the tractors go through there and spray beans, they mush down and they leave a trail. Those deer went right in those tractor trails and walked through those tractor trails, followed them in the beans. So that's another kind of tip. Like if you see some tractor trails or something and they kind of converge or something like that, you might want to kind of get at that point because then, I don't know, maybe you'll be lucky enough. I mean, they came right under the stand.
Oh, yeah.
You had maybe like a 10-yard shot at one time.
Yeah.
On them, and when we first saw them, they were 250 yards across the field.
Yeah.
So they came in really kind of wound down, and then just followed that tractor trail all the way up to us, and then
they really made a circle all the way around that field.
Kind of did, yeah. And they stayed in the better beans because some of the beans are starting to dry out here in the south because our beans got planted. We plant our beans in like April, May, so a lot of the beans are starting to dry up.
Yeah,
if they're late beans or early beans.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I'm excited for tonight, though.
Yeah. Tonight, and then we got tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Then you have to drive back.
I'll probably head back. I don't know. We'll just have to see unless we just do something crazy. Is the weather supposed to get warm again? I'm sure it's going to get warm again eventually.
No, it's actually getting cooler again Monday.
Oh, is it?
It's getting down to 89 on Monday. Yeah, it's in the night. It's supposed to be 90 today or 91. It's going to get down to 89. Yeah. I'd rather kill one at night anyway. It gives you a little more time to fool with them.
Oh, yeah. Me too. And it's because it's tonight, you know. I'd like to kill one.
Yeah, I'd like to get one that way you're not stressed out about having to drive home late or get up early in the morning and drive home the next morning, you know.
Yeah.
To make it home in time. But
just have a partner going home now. So
yeah, at least you got somebody to hang out with you.
This guy is out of a breeder that he's won the, I think it's NKC Breeder of the Year for Feist the last
so sleepy. He's like, why did you wake me up?
The last 3 years. Todd Coles. So he's good. He's a good bred Feist.
He sleeps a lot too. He's such a good dog.
Yeah,
I'm impressed with him.
Yeah, he's smart.
Yeah, and he's not scared. I've got 2 Labradors, and then I got a little. My wife and I have another little
Yorkie thing.
Yorkie-like dog. It's called Silky. And anyway, I mean, he's not scared of any of them.
You went back to sleep now.
Yeah, he's ready to go to nights again. He's a good dog.
You ought to stay up, buddy, because you're gonna have to sleep while we're in the tree.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll sleep just fine.
Anyway, do you really think you'd ever stop hunting? Could you see yourself stop hunting if it got?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think the older I get, I think I'll hunt less and try to do more quality hunting. You know, I love hunting. I've been doing it since I was a kid, but man, like I've shot some really good bucks.
Yeah, you have.
And I'm a weirdo. So don't take this. I'm not arrogant. I'm not saying this to say like I'm so good and I just smaller bucks. But it's so hard to come by those kind of deer around here, and I don't have the land to do it, and they're just not, the public around here is not as good as you get in the Midwest. So, you know, I could see myself taking a couple of out-of-state trips a year
and just not hunting Tennessee.
And not hunting much in Tennessee anymore, and just kind of those be my trip. Or hunt the rut. Like, I've got a friend, and he lets me hunt his farm, and he's got really good deer on his farm. And I mean, I'm not stuck up. Like, I'll shoot a 125 that's 5 years old.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I've got one upstairs at 6.5 because I have him on film at 4.5, 5.5, and at 6.5. And he's maybe 130. And, like, I'm proud of that deer because I hunted him for 3 years. I tried to kill him for 3 years, and he never came over to where I could hunt him. And I actually, I shot him. And I've shot younger deer that scored better. But I'm at a point where I don't really care to kill any with my gun. I don't care how freaking big it is. I don't care if it was I honestly don't care if it's a 200-inch deer. Yeah. I don't have any want to kill something with my gun. I want to kill it with my bow, and I want it to be a big deer with my bow. So if it gets to the point of where I'm just not good enough to fulfill that, I'm not going to compromise and start shooting smaller deer. And, like, when I say that, I'm not saying, like, shooting that I need to shoot a 150, 160s, and then 180s, and I'm going to go up. I'm saying if I don't have a really nice deer to chase around home every year, whether it be a 125 5-year-old, a 20-inch wide 6-point, a 150, a 180, whatever. If it doesn't make me excited and I don't go, I want to hunt it, and it seems like I try to find those deer, and I'm just keep being unsuccessful as I have been. I'm getting them in range, and I'm getting shots at them, which to me, that deer last year, he's dead. I just didn't put an arrow through him, So I put all the pieces of the puzzle together, but I didn't finish, right? So, like, I think, like, if I get to that point, I'll just be like, you know what, I'm just not going to continue going down this road, and I'll just take a couple of trips for fun and kind of have fun. Like, I enjoy hunting with Josh. Like, this weekend and when we go to Kansas will be my two most fun weekends.
Yeah,
if I kill a 180 here in November, at the end of November. By myself, or I go out there with Josh and don't kill anything, I'll still have more fun doing that with Josh because we get to spend time together and we get to hang out and laugh and chase and see big deer and see the excitement in each other's faces when we see stuff like that. So, cat. So, like, to me, that's where it's more important to me. I'd rather just take trips with you and go out of town and then do my turkey hunt. I won't stop turkey hunting because you can travel anywhere. There's plenty of them. They're easy to kill. They're fun to kill. And, it's not...
Turkey hunting has way more camaraderie than deer hunting.
Well, you can cut up. You can hunt together. You can strategize together. Yeah. And even when you're by yourself and you kill a turkey, it's just different. Mm-hmm. With the deer hunting, like, I just want to kill big deer. There's a lot of 2-year-old plus turkeys that have 10-inch beards, and they kind of look all the same. Of course, when you kill one with dagger 1.5-inch spurs, like, that's like really cool. But it's even more rare than killing a mature buck, I think.
But nobody's really like looking at the spurs before they.
No, it's just turkey comes up gobbling. It's just the whole thing that happens.
It's like Christmas when you walk up.
Yeah, it's experience. Like. Yeah, exactly. It's like Easter egg hunt. It's like, let me see what this one comes. Yeah. So, like, that's the cool thing about turkey hunt. But with deer, like, for me, where I'm at in my hunting, if it's not something big, it doesn't trip my trigger. Big or old, it doesn't trip my trigger. So, and those aren't very easy to find around here. So I just probably will give up hunting around home and probably just do trips until I get so old.
Well,
I'm just going to be with my wife every day.
There you go. Well, that's kind of what's going to be my next point. Like, chasing big deer is at the detriment to almost everything else in your life. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what you say. Like, anybody that can argue with that, like, it's not. It's like, your wife or your kids or whatever do not care about your big deer. And like I know most of these guys that kill big deer, and like either they're not married, and that never have been, or
no kids,
or they don't have kids and all that stuff,
or their kids are already grown.
Yeah. And I think if you're going to do that and be that guy that is going to do nothing but hunting, I think that's probably what you need to do. You know what I mean? Or secondly, they've been divorced 3 or 4 times
because of their hunting.
Yeah.
It can be as bad as like an alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be as bad.
Yeah.
People getting fights over it, like not with their wives. I'm just saying, in the woods, people lose friends over it. Oh,
yeah.
They obsess over it. They get high blood pressure over it. They get obsessive. They get stressed out. I mean, I bet you have. Have you ever been driving to a spot that you feel really confident about, and you're like, God, I hope I can make it before someone else does.
Yeah.
I hope I can make it. And you're like just on pins and needles. Your rear end's puckered up that tight, and you're like, and then you get there and they're not there. And you're like, oh, thank God. Or you get there and they're there, and you're like, crap. I got to go to my second place. And sometimes you might kill a bigger deer there, but still, like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
You know, and it's harder. It's getting harder and harder and harder to get access to private land without big money. And it's even harder to get access to get private land that has quality deer on it. So it's like, if your goals are to kill deer, you're probably a way happier human being than a guy that's got the goals of killing a certain class deer, whether that be a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 180, a 140, a 120.
Yeah, probably so.
You know, you're going to be a way happier person that goes, yeah, man, I go out about 6-7 times a year and shoot me a buck and a doe and put it in the freezer, and man, it's just such a good time. Then I watch football with my friends, and my wife and I go on trips, do Christmas. Like, that's probably more reasonable than the way that I have done it in the past.
Yeah. Well, and there's always exceptions to every rule. So, like, I'm not saying you can't be a big buck hunter and still be a good person. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. But it's, like, hard to do, kind of.
Well, it's like with anything.
You know, if you have a lot of money and stuff, then it's easier to do.
Well, you know, it's like sports. It's like athletes, too. Like, if you want to be really good at anything, you've got to put a lot of time into it, and you've got to really give it a lot of your attention. And the only difference is you don't get paid a lot of money to kill deer, and nobody gives a crap. With sports, they can keep the wife around and the kids happy because they buy them things and they have money, and the wives aren't going to gripe as much if they're living in a mansion and their husband's away at training camp for, 6 months because that's how he makes his living. It's just doing what he loves. It's very hard with this sport, I guess you call it, of hunting, to make money for the 98% of people in hunting. Maybe 95 now with YouTube. A lot of people are being able to make money doing what they love, and that even takes a lot. That even takes more time because you got to edit videos and stuff like that. So, it's a lot.
I'd say it's more like of a 10% of hunters are making money hunting. I don't think it's even that. I think you're giving.
You really?
Oh yeah, there's not 5% of hunters. Not.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
And it's not. It's. I don't know. I still sometimes feel gross making money from YouTube and stuff. Like, I don't like, not gross, but just like, is that, should we be allowed to make money off deer?
Well, I think if you're providing some really good information to viewers, and there's a lot of people out there that I love watching podcasts and your podcast, learning things, and it helps. I would miss it if there weren't podcasts on deer hunting on TV. So you do provide something other than that we all love. And you should be compensated for that, but that's not why you hunt ultimately. If you took all that away tomorrow, you would still love hunting.
Yeah, I may love it more.
I'll tell you this: when I used to work in a hunting and fishing store, I got to the point of where every day was listening to this guy's story and this guy's story and this guy's story and this guy's story and telling my story and hearing this one over and over and over, and then seeing the guys in the back kill their deer and everything. It got to be to the point of where it was just like so much every day.
Yeah.
And then that's why, like, when I was 18, I started bodybuilding real heavy because it was different. And then I fell in love with it. And my fire and passion was in the bodybuilding. And I loved hunting. And I always did it because I don't think I just can't ever hunt again. Like, it's something in my DNA.
Right.
But I found something else that was more exciting. And then when I quit working there, it took a year or two, but hunting started getting more fun again.
Yeah.
And it got back that fire in me where I was like, I really enjoy doing this, And then there were several years in my 20s I didn't hunt as hard as I did in my 30s. And then when I got back into it in my 30s and really started trying to become a really good hunter and woodsman, which I didn't really do in my 20s because I was just young and really didn't care. I just went out and hunted like I was taught. That's when I feel like I got a lot better at hunting. You know, watching deer, learning from deer, spending more time in the woods. But, you know, I've been pretty blessed, and you have too, with what we did for jobs to have time.
Yeah.
I don't have that time anymore with my new job, so,
right.
You know, but I don't care either. I'm happy not having that much time.
Yeah.
Not, you know.
It is what it is. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, deer hunting is something special to me, and it's like I can never stop doing it, I don't think, you know.
Well, I could. Your kids are going to come up too, and you're going to try to, hopefully that they'll take on the hunting and they'll enjoy it too as a pastime.
Yep. But at the same time, it's like, well, I definitely in the past, and I'm getting better about it, is like prioritizing what's actually important compared to, you know, what in my mind.
Oh, I have in the last 3 years. Like, I used to tell my wife when we got married, she used to be, I told you when we got married.
Yeah.
I told you when I met you, I hunt a lot.
Yeah.
And you said, I don't care, that's fine. And they do care. And about 6 years into my marriage, when it was a problem, and we'd get in a knockdown drag out every freaking season because she wasn't getting the attention she wanted, and I wasn't paying attention to her needs. I finally started going, you know what? She's more important than my hunting is.
Yeah.
I need to be home on the weekends and try to go to church with her and try to at least, you know, or watch it on TV or whatever, and spend the weekends with her. So I when I was landscaping, so I had the week I could hunt every day, and the weekends I just didn't hunt. I spend with her, and so that helped. And then now, you know, that I got a real job, and I have to be there 40 hours a week. You know, I definitely won't get the time because I will need to spend it with her.
Yeah.
When I'm off work. You know,
well, I think
one day.
The biggest thing is realizing that, you know, a lot of people have trouble, you know, figuring that out until it's too late.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
You think Joey Chestnut's wife gets mad when he's like, "Look, honey,
hey, if you eat another one of them hot dogs,
it's hot dog hunt. It's hot dog eating season, and it's time to train. I'm going to a 6-month boot camp." And I'm gonna try to get up to about 85 hot dogs this year. I have done it once.
Yeah.
But I've got to get to where I can do it repeatedly. Do you understand? I wonder what she thinks. I mean, he's worth $4 million.
Listen,
which is
I'm
not
probably
bad.
gonna throw up 4 times today.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm not gonna eat your dinner for about 6 months because I'm gonna have to really just focus in
hot dogs,
hardcore on these hot dogs. You got to really love hot dogs to eat that many.
Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? Are you like a kid that like had a really sensitive appetite, and you like, mom will be like, "Look, I made your favorite
hot dog."
No, like their mom was like, "Look, tonight we're gonna eat a little different. I made meatloaf, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog," and the parents are like, "Dang it,
Joey, quit dumping your hot dog butt in the water."
Hey, what do you get over there? Hey, don't forget Joey's hot dogs. And they're like, all right. And they get like 20 packs of hot dogs just for the week to last Joey when he's like 6 years old. He's like, what do you want for breakfast? Hot dog. What do you want at school? Hot dog. What do you want for dinner? Hot dog. You want some M&Ms? No. Hot dog cut into pieces.
That's my dessert. I'd like a frozen hot dog, please.
Yeah. What do you want? No. Don't grab him that ice cream bar. No. He prefer the frozen hot dog.
Get the frozen Oscar Mayer from the bottom of the
frozen Oscar Mayer. He'll eat that with us out here.
He'll lick on that while we're out here in the pool.
He'll lick on it. Hot dog with ice. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean, you really got to love hot dogs to eat 75 hot dogs.
I wonder if them guys eat like what they, I mean, I bet they can't look at a hot dog for a while after that.
Do you think they ever eat sushi? No. They probably cut hot dogs into little sushis and eat those too. With the bun. Wrap it in, I'll eat it today. Just wrap it in rice. Wrap my hot dog in rice. And they go to that place and they like wrap a hot dog in rice.
One of them little leaves they got.
And he cuts it up and then he hands it to them in those little plates like they got at the grocery store. And they're like, here you go. Here your hot dog, Mr. Chestnut.
A little yum sauce in there.
Yeah. Here your hot dog, Mr. Chestnut. You want What's the stuff that's hot?
Soy sauce. Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Yeah,
it's wasabi. You want wasabi, Mr. Chestnut? Yeah, I take wasabi. You take wasabi. Hot dog egg rolls. Hot dog fried rice.
Oh, jeez.
Hot dog and grits.
That's funny. That's so funny.
Like, that's his main meat source.
Yeah.
Is hot dogs. Anyway, back to reality again.
Yeah. But you were kind of saying, like, you feel like God's just telling you this year you need to, like, lay off hunting.
Yeah, I really do. I've been really reading my Bible a lot, and I feel like I've had a couple of instances. I had a guy that was trespassing, like I said, and got into his butt, and that I didn't feel good about that. And then this happened, which it went fine. I wasn't ugly to this guy at all, and he was really cool, and he kind of understood it was a misunderstanding. But it's like, man, like, why is this happening to me this year?
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking I'm probably going to narrow it down. And I'll probably just hunt the places that I've had, and I'm not going to look for any new places anymore. And I'm just going to be happy with what God gave me.
Yeah.
And go out to go to Kansas with Josh, and I'll hunt Illinois, and maybe go to Indiana and hunt with Josh in Indiana some.
Yeah.
You know, I think that'll be the plan for this year.
What's weird around here, maybe it's just like the culture around here, but the guy that you stole his camera.
Yeah, my thieving. Yeah.
He said the same, like he almost verbatim said the exact same thing you did.
Well, when you're hunting,
he's like, man, I just told my wife last night that I'm just about done with it around here.
He said I'm gonna go to Montana or Kansas and just that'll be it.
Yeah,
you know, because this guy's killed a lot of big deer.
Yeah, he shot at 178, didn't he?
Yeah, rough scored it at 178, and he shot a lot of 150s and 160s with bows, crossbows, and stuff like that. And he hunts a lot around a big city, in the interior of the city. So like, he's dealing with trespassers and kids and people. He says he kicks about 9 people off his property a year.
Stealing things?
Someone
stole a bush hog off the land.
Stole a bush hog. And so, like, he's got all these people taking stuff, and it just gets to the point of, like, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Like, is the stress of worrying about, you know, I mean, like, I had pictures, like, where I hunted, I had a picture of these 2 kids going through there, and, like, you know, I'm sitting at home, and I'm used to getting deer pictures, and all of a sudden I get a thing on my app and a notification. I look at it, and it's these 2 guys standing in front of my camera, and then they turn my camera off. And it's like, oh, my God. You know, so then you're stressed, like, am I going to run into them hunting? And it was in a bad neighborhood. I'm like, are they going to kill me when I'm in there? Are they going to steal my car? Are they going to break into my truck?
Yeah.
Or did they take my camera? And you're doing that for a nice deer. And it's like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it really at the point, like, it takes the fun out of it to a point, and that's why I stopped hunting in the city, because, like, you have those problems in the country, but you don't, you know, they encroach on your land a little bit maybe, or cross the line.
Right.
But it's not as bad as it is
in the cities.
It's really, poaching really, it's another level.
Yeah. I will say that's one thing that's nice about hunting public land is like those expectations, like you're gonna see other people, they're gonna walk by your camera, like you know, so it kind of relieves that.
Yeah.
And if you can just get over the fact that, you know, this isn't your land, other people have just as much of a right to be there as you do. Get over that and accept it. Then
don't get mad when you walk in and there's a guy sitting 30 yards from the spot you were gonna walk. Just move on somewhere else and let him have it that day, and try to be there earlier the next day. Or if you run into somebody, talk to them, have a cordial conversation, and be nice. You know, follow the principles Jesus gave us to follow, and try to treat everybody with that, and hope your neighbor does good. You know, wish them luck and success. And even if they kill the deer you're hunting, be happy because there's another one out there. And, you know, it comes down to kind of attitude and then experience too. Like, I'm 46 this year. This will be my, 36th year I've been hunting deer.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's been when in my 20s, I used to get butt hurt and uptight if anybody shot the deer I was hunting, or if anybody was hunting. Heck, not long ago, even a few years ago, I had a guy on my club that I didn't like. And, you know, anything he did irritated me. And I was like, why? That's kind of what woke me up. I was like, why am I getting so bent out of shape over this dude? And he's having a good time. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, there's some tension, but he's having a good time. And I'm getting bent out of shape. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
What have I let myself get wound up about? And so that's one thing that kind of there. And, man, I'm sure a lot of y'all have felt that way before about deer hunting. And it makes it miserable. We just need to be respectful, have fun, and not place, and just, you know, be thankful for it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you said don't place friendships or just people over deer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I always put people first.
Yeah.
And help them, I mean, like this weekend, Josh and I are hunting. I'm videoing him.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, if he kills a deer, that's a win for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy sitting behind Josh hunting. And I mean, it's fun. To me, it's fun, buddy hunting like that.
Yeah,
to me,
it's a blast.
Especially if you're both good and you're in a saddle and you know how to be quiet, you know how to move when deer close in.
If you like running the camera and filming things, filming deer hunts are fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Like,
now,
I'd almost do that. I'll go work for the Hunt Public when I'm like 55 or 60. That'll be my second career I do in my life, and I'll be geriatric up in the tree above Aaron. He'll probably be about 50. I'll be about 60. So, I'll be getting after it.
I can see, because you know how to run a camera. You do a pretty good job. But if you don't know how to do a camera, I can see how it would be not fun because you're dealing with something you don't know how to do. But, no, I've been thinking about this. So me and Maddie read the Gospels together again. And, in the Sermon on the Mount where he talks about, and we talked about it today too, but talks about, when a Roman asks you to carry his pack for a mile, carry it 2, and that's like, and then after we were watching The Chosen at the same time we were reading the Gospels.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, The Chosen's an awesome show.
Yeah.
But
it really helps put the Bible in like a visual.
Yeah, it gives you
to a point. You got to take it. There's a lot of interpretation, not really interpretation, but there's a lot of they're liberal with their creativity in certain areas because you just can't make a show off just Bible verses. You have to give Jesus a personality, and
yeah, sure. You got to get past all that.
Yeah, he didn't just walk like this until he got on Sermon on the Mount and then go, all right, everybody, I'm going to say these perfect words, to you of how to live.
Yeah.
He joked with his friends. He shared dinner with them. They probably consulted each other, and he probably listened to them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cat, man. So, yeah. I mean,
he was
it's a good show.
For crying out loud.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably didn't dip.
Probably drink Monster Energy drinks.
Yeah.
And
I wonder, he probably wouldn't wipe his butt on. He probably wouldn't be building your house and go to the bathroom in a bucket and wipe his butt on the insulation upstairs, like I've seen some people do in these houses when I used to do tile work. Oh my gosh, I remember saying that. He probably was that. He was that perfect. He didn't have to do that.
Anyway, what I was getting at until we went on our tangent was like if we did that as deer hunters, think about how helpful we could be to other people. Like instead of
share the gospel with them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like instead of like blocking, like us, most people as deer hunters do not. They almost want to be the opposite of helpful to people.
Yes,
you know what I mean. So instead of like a guy, a kid at the public land spot that you're at asking you like. Hey, you got a good spot you could help me with? Instead of just telling him, go over here. Like maybe go with him hunting, or like invite him somewhere that's even better, or what? Like if you just go the extra mile for someone.
Yeah. Well, like with that kid that we caught over there, I thought about what Phil Robertson said about the man that used to take his fish. Like he could probably do a book of Phil.
I think there is one.
Like no, like the book of Phil in the Bible. Oh. Like you could use him as an example of an apostle for Jesus in the Bible with some of his things that went on in his life and the way he changed and the way he did people. And he talked about how he always ran trot lines and fished and stuff like that. So, and he did it for a living. So he was making his money building duck calls in the beginning and selling fish. And then he fed his family with, the game that he killed off his land on the Wachita River. And he tells a story about how, I got a hair in my eye. Anyway, he tells a story about how these guys kept stealing his fish. And he'd go run after them, chase them with a shotgun and yell and cuss them, and they'd take off, and then he'd go over there and whatever. And then one day, he pulled up to them, and they were taking his fish. He says, hey, guys, you want some more? I got some in here. So he started offering them fish. Like, what a good parable. Like, I could see that in the Bible, Jesus telling a parable of the man the man whose fish got stolen, or the man who gave away fish, or the fisherman, the thieving fisherman or something. And then he started giving it to them, and then before you know it, they stopped taking his fish. because something convicted them, or God started working on them because you had this guy. I think he probably started preaching the gospel to him. If it fits his character, that he would start, start speaking the gospel to them while he's telling them that they can have his fish. So I started thinking, I was like, man, what a missed opportunity that I might have had to have told that kid, like, look, man, if you want to hunt over here, as long as I hunt over here, call me, and I'll take you hunting over here. You can come hunt over here. You can't come over here when I'm not here because they just don't want us to do it. But if you want to hunt over here, I'll be more than happy to bring you over here and help you out.
Yeah.
And then say, and then maybe parlay that into, when Jesus tells us to do this, and then you maybe get people to think, and then you might change the way they treat other people. Like, we have a ripple effect in this world. And like, if you tell somebody that, if you're going to your hunting spot, and let's say you get there first and they come in after you, and they say, oh man, where are you going? Don't just go in there. I was here first, blah, blah, blah. Tell them exactly where you're going. And then say, look, there's a good spot over here that I've hunted. Or where are you going? And if they're like, well, I was going to go like right over here. Like, well, I kind of got here first, and, I'd really like to hunt there. If you've got another spot, maybe offer it up to them. Mm-hmm. Because God's going to provide you what he's going to provide you. And I don't know that it's based on your obedience, but I'm sure that if you're disobedient, he's probably not going to show as much favor to you as he would if you're helping preach his kingdom, So, and you're not doing it for that reason, but, heck, you might tell that kid, hey, go down here, get on this ridge, and he might kill a big buck, and then you might be blessed with a bigger buck a couple of weeks later. And it might be just because or that kid might come back and say, hey, man, I killed a big buck, but I know where there's a big one. I'm tagged out. I'll tell you where he is. You never know what people could do. So you just, I don't know. Go into it with a different heart, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. That's probably a good place to end because we got to get going.
Yeah, we're fixing to go try to. We're trying to send some. We're trying to send a deer to Jesus tonight.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and wish us luck tonight.
Yep.
Talk at you later.
Yep. God bless y'all. Hopefully
God bless you.